if you are over 18 years and then your family members are in Spain, right? So it's Europe, right? Specifically in Spain, and then they don't know how to apply or process your visa application for you to join them. And then one legal way you can move to join them, or one legal way you can move to the Spain is them finding a work permit for you. Is that okay? So this is an example. By the way, we are not a lawyer, neither we are immigration officers and other stuff. Everything is based on experience over years assisting applicants just like you, and then as a travel consultancy. Is that okay? So this is a typical example. You see, this is an application together with the Ghanaian passport here. And then this is for a work permit. So what is the process? By the way, the visa has been approved, right? So you can see the visa inside. This is a work permit visa application. We assisted one of our clients in the process. And then here are the documents just a few documents. You see? Let me see. I want to count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 documents. And then this is the receipt for the visa application center. Of course, you know that this application has been processed in the BLS visa application center. You can see that. Is that okay? So that is the evidence. So what are the documents that, if you're a follower here, I know probably you came across that video on applying for work permit in Spain. So the documents that you may need, okay, here's the process. So if you're a family member, let's say your dad, your mom, your relatives in Spain, then what they have to do is that they have to apply for work permit from your home country directly to the Spain, and then get an approval or the work permit from the employer or the government is somehow difficult at the time of making this video. Is that okay? Per experience, that's what we are saying. So if you have a relative, as I said earlier on, the relative can assist you in getting your work permit. So that relative, your dad, your mom, or any other siblings can talk to their employer. Is that okay? Okay, I have this family member here, I have my siblings here, I have my dad. I want you to assist that sibling moving to Europe by giving that person a work permit, right? So I know what they normally request of is your birth certificate, and then the birth certificate mostly has to show a connection between you and then the applicant. It's okay being a dad or being something like that, a sibling. That is mostly what some of the employers have been looking out to give you the web. They know that you guys are connected, right? So that is the secret. So once you're able to present that, they will process everything for you and then give it to the government. So the government will give you the residential temporary. So and then the employer will also give you the trabajo, the contract, and then your working hours, and then other stuff, and then here and there. Okay, those are the 2 major documents that you need to apply for your visa application in your home country. So let's say, for instance, this is for Ghana. I know the procedure will always be the same thing in different countries. So if you are watching from different country and then you have the requirement for that country, let me know in the comment section. Or if you don't have that requirement, we can also set that for you and then give it. I know that is in Europe, so there is almost a similar process. So those are the 2 major documents that you need to apply, right? So that is it. And then the rest is your birth certificate. So according to the Ghanaian birth certificate, you must legalize it. Legalization means that, I know if you're a follower, a subscriber here, you probably came across a legalization process, how it works. So you send the birth cert to Notary Public first, the Judicial Service, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, subsequently to the embassy, Spanish embassy, for their stamp. So those are the 4 different offices that your documents has to pass through to make it valid. Without a stamp, the Spanish embassy stamp, your document is not valid. They are going to reject it. Many people have been doing that. We see a lot of people doing that mistake. They'll post the document and then they'll return the document by a lot of expense. So that is why you may book a consultation down below. I will leave the link down below this video. Or if you need somebody to also represent you in your visa application process like this, we are available. Right? You can do that for you. Is that okay? So after legalizing your birth certificate, and then you also need a police report, right? So police report all has to be legalized and then translate into the Spanish language. I think these are the 2 major documents that you need from your side: police report and then your birth certificate, right? And then other 2 from Spain. That one from Spain, that is the contract and then the government approval. So once you're able to get this document, and then finally you have to do a medical report attached to the application, and you are free to go. Your passport, your visa application fee, and then you submit your document to the embassy for a processing. Now, if you are unable to present all these documents, that is where your visa application is going to delay. That is where you may need somebody to consult you, or you have to watch this video on how to. We submitted this application somewhere on the 16th, and latest by I think a week, no more than 2 weeks, a week interval, and then the visa got approved for this guy to move to Europe and then start his work. And then so far, some of the work that we see that are working for people, those are they able to get their contract and then bring it to us. I think the last time that we did was a catering work as for the lady, and then farming work move faster than ever in Spain, right? That is the secret. So that is where you may target. There are other sectors and then professions that you can also try and then reach out to if you want to do much research about it. Do you need any guideline or any visa application consultation on how you can read your documents and get your visa approved on time? Is that okay? Remember, there's always a rejection. That is why you need to have a room for error. I have that video on this channel. You can go and check out all that.